went and I walked outside. The boys were playing their rap music as they were wont to do, it doesn't actually work well with the, sunlight encodements and all the other things. For me, it doesn't put me in a state of enlightenment. It kind of makes me crabby, honestly. So I like to leave their back deck to them, and I'll stay in my area. My area's got la la music, and your guys got this
demonic
rap, whatever.
Regularized demonic.
Yeah, the worst kind. Kind of like, did you guys listen to the words of this? Your mama wouldn't like you listen to this, would she? Oh, she likes just fine.
Welcome
to another episode
of Driving to the Red.
Your favorite hosts,
Larry
and Enlightenment. Oh no, baby.
Larry's wearing
This is my dog walker because I walk my dog.
A light on his cap.
I walk my dogs after dark.
Baby thinks you're gonna go for a run now.
Yeah, she's ready. Let's go, Dad.
Let's go. What are you doing? Why are you staying here?
Well, just so you know, at the end of this half hour-ish, there will be a preview of the second hour, introductions to our esteemed panel, and a little bit of a preview of the show. So if all you've been listening to is the first half, you should probably check out the second half.
Yes, I think you should.
Highly recommended.
Highly recommended. Enlightenment and awareness. What are they?
Enlightenment and awareness. Okay, good topic.
Our Driving to the Race second hour panelist, Fred, asked about the relationship between enlightenment and awareness. During our free monthly enlightenment class at the Shaman Shack in Washington, we decided to explore this question. You wanted to say something about the enlightenment class we have every month, didn't you? I think if you're interested in enlightenment and all things are related to enlightenment, then you should actually walk with me now, and then you have access to the free classes once a month.
Right, it's
and
free
there's
class.
Actually, there's a study group actually that meets every Monday.
Indeed.
Yeah. All right. As a wisdom seeker, the main tool I use to advance my study is to explore questions asked by other wisdom seekers. Without interesting questions, I would not have any idea of where to look. The questions cannot be random. For them to be useful, they need to be well thought out and accurately worded. For example, the question posed by Fred was enlightenment versus awareness. The first answer, as it's typical if you know me, was short.
Yes, I remember sending you 5-page emails with a detailed question and all the little nuances around it, and get like 2 words or 3 words back. I'm like, really? Yeah. And it was the answer.
Yeah, you used to send me essays.
Yes, essays.
Page after page after page after page.
Yep. And you used to send me back one-liners.
Yes, one-liners. Try the firewalls exercise on these words. Blah, 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 blah.
So when Fred posed the question, he posed it as a versus enlightenment versus awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
My answer to that was, there is no versus between enlightenment and awareness. They're not contradictory to each other or in any way opposed to each other.
Right, which is the literal answer, which you'll often find with Inelia, is you literally get the literal answer. And you're like, but that's not what I meant.
So having had some years learning the larger meaning behind people's questions, it appeared to me that this question was more in the nature of...
Don't bump the table, honey.
How do enlightenment and awareness compare to each other? Are they related in any way? Are they the same thing? Does one lead to the other?
Right. It's like, can you please expand on this topic? Because when, we do Ascension 101, the class that you made, the goal of Ascension, you defined it as an expansion of awareness.
Yeah,
so
that's Ascension.
Right. So I think the question was like, if I expand my awareness, will I become enlightened?
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness.
Your cat is drinking the bubbly water. And his
Okay, he's
he's not
playing.
having
His paws are covered in water. And baby's
cats.
not happy.
So get out of the water.
I'm glad I got to drink some of it. It was very yummy water.
Is a cat in the water? Yeah. It's making noises.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So where were we at?
Yeah, so this is how I interpreted it. I checked my understanding of the question with Freud, who then confirmed that indeed this was what he meant. In this article, I'm going to summarize the discussion that followed. Remember, we were talking about that
Yeah,
class?
it felt like about 6 hour class, and when we looked at the clock, it was like an hour, hour and
Yes.
15 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
Very strange. Very interesting time warp.
First, let's define the meaning of each word.
Okay.
Enlightenment.
Yes. Be sure and listen to this because right away I know you gotta be commenting enlightenment, blah, 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 enlightenment, blah, blah, blah. Just listen to this definition. Okay.
I have a very specific definition of this word when it comes to present teachings,
Yes.
to my teachings.
Yes.
The definition is our true nature correctly perceived. Our true
Can you say that
nature
again?
correctly perceived. Our true nature correctly perceived.
When you correctly perceive your true nature, then you're enlightened.
Yes.
Ooh.
Correctly being a very important word in that sentence.
Okay.
Awareness. For this definition, I will simply copy a simple one from Weber's online dictionary. Having or showing realization, perception, or knowledge.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a Webster's definition.
As we can see, although one can be used with the other, the two items are not directly related. In order to understand further, we can say that both of these definitions contain the word perception, but one of them is a verb and the other one uses the word as a noun.
Right.
And that is as far as the relationship between the two extends. If you perceive your true nature correctly, you expanded your awareness to include your newfound perception.
If that isn't clear, I don't know what is.
That's very clear as far as I'm concerned.
As far as I'm, yes, and that's the relationship. Relationship is one helps describe the other, perhaps. One can be used complementary and descriptive.
Or not necessarily so, right?
But they're not necessarily so. Because you can have an expanded awareness and definitely not be enlightened.
I've met a lot of those people. They have very keen awarenesses.
A lot about a lot of stuff, and they're
aware of a lot of stuff.
They're still blind entirely to their own true nature.
And they're blinded by their programs.
They're blinded by their brilliance.
But yeah.
They're blinded by their brilliance.
Oh, I've seen that a lot. Yes. I've seen that a lot.
Yes.
The person realizes that they're light and then they get blinded by that light.
Yes.
And they can't see anything else.
Yes.
They lose all perception. Yeah, I've seen that. It's true.
It is an interesting experience when you perceive your own true nature. It alters some of your, for me anyway, alters some of your anxiousness about the right or the wrong way of everything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Have you had any experiences of that? When you both expanded your awareness?
I have. I spend a lifetime expanding my awareness. If you look in my bedside table, it's actually a library.
Yes.
If you look at my desk, it's actually a library. If you look at the floor outside my second door, there's a library stacked up there.
Yeah, there's a lot of books in this house.
If you look at my iPhone, there's 1,000. I think I have 101,000 emails.
Unread emails.
Unopened.
Unopened.
And a million podcasts with so I have definitely spent a lot of time expanding my awareness. And all of these aren't just data, some of them are experiential, some of them are audio, like noise, or what are the things when you have binaurals and two different tones going, and chants and meditations and high frequency musics, and also some Ozzy Osbourne and some, Rammstein,
Phil Collins.
Phil Collins. I'm not like,
Yeah.
yeah. Either way, spent a lot of time expanding my awareness, but I was entirely actually blind to my true nature.
If you could describe your true nature right now, how would you describe your true nature?
As a point of awareness.
Your your point of awareness.
I am a point of awareness.
Where is it?
Where is my point of awareness? It's wherever I focus it.
Look at it.
Yeah, I got a thumbs up.
Thumbing up.
Because it knows I'm right.
Oh, I know. That's really cool, huh?
Yes, it's really cool. So incidentally, one time, turns out to be the last time I went fishing commercially. I went salmon fishing. I was trolling along, catching salmon like nobody's business, honestly. Like, this is absurd, right? And an absurd meaning, like, once in a while in your entire life of fishing, you have those days where the fish are just jumping in the boat and you just can't stop them,
Yes.
Nothing you do stops them from jumping in. And those are the days that you live for as a commercial fisherman. You live for that to happen. Almost every time that happens or begins to happen, there's 3 or 4 or 5 things that also happen.
Like?
You don't have any ice. So you can't stay and fish. Because you didn't expect to catch very much fish, so you didn't bring that much ice.
Okay.
Because nobody goes out expecting to catch that much fish. If you did, you waste all your money on ice every time.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Or you don't have enough food to make it for the amount of time that the fish are coming on hot and heavy, and you did get enough ice, but not enough food maybe. And the other one is one of your crewmen always gets sick, or
injured.
The wife calls them, or there's a birthday party or anniversary, or something that can't be missed, even like a heart attack, gotta call a helicopter.
Oh, Jesus.
All those things, right?
Okay.
And so you could keep on going down the hand. You could have 100 fingers on it, and you'd still not hit all of the excuses that you couldn't actually stay and catch the fish that were throwing up finally. Right.
But this time?
But this time, we had all of the above, everything that we needed, and all the time in the world, all the fuel in the world.
Nobody was sick. Nobody
was sick. Everybody was happy, fine, healthy, and totally digging it, enjoying it, and everything was absolutely perfect.
Hunky dory.
Hunky dory. We went to bed, woke up the next morning, ready to continue with exactly the best fishing of our whole life.
Yeah.
It's close to the end of the season. We got like 2 days left.
Yeah.
A day left, something like that. The last day that you can fish legally, Wake up in the morning, put out all the hooks. Guess what?
What?
No fish.
Oh.
Not even one.
Not even one?
0.
Oh.
Yeah, same place. Everybody's still here. So nothing, no fish.
Oh. So what did you do?
So I tried to connect with the fish.
So you tried to expand your awareness?
Try to expand my awareness, connect with the fish, see what's going on here.
Yeah.
And talk to them and ask them and things like that. I tried to turn on my music to move me from like, God dang it, where's the darn fish? Your low frequency, to a bit of a higher frequency like state. And I hit upon this unique set of circumstances because the sun had come out and the ocean was flat. And I don't know if you're aware of what happens when the sunshine shines on the ocean when it's flat like a lake.
Lots of diamonds.
Lots of diamonds blink, blink, blink into your eyes.
Blink, blink.
So here's how I'll explain it. The sun encoded through the water this entrainment, like strobe effect on my eyes, linked in with the music and the things I was doing, and I don't know, probably 10 other things to result in me becoming aware at that moment of my own true nature.
Very nice.
And so while I was in that
True nature.
true nature, it literally was irrelevant whether I was catching 1,000 cohos that minute or 0 cohos that minute.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went and I walked outside, the boys were playing their rap music as they were wont to do, which it doesn't actually work well with the, sunlight encodements and all the other things. For me, it doesn't put me in a state of life. It kind of makes me crabby, honestly. So I like to leave their back deck to them and I'll stay in my area. My area's got la la music and your guys got this
demonic
rap, whatever.
Regularized demonic.
Yeah. The worst kind. Kind of is like, did you guys listen to the words of this? Your mama wouldn't like you listen to this, would she? Oh, she likes just fine. But when I went out there, I understood the why, the what, the when, the how, the things, the agreements, all of the details around this arrangement, why these guys were back there, why we're not catching fish, why the music was like it was, and what the purpose of all of these things were. And with that realization and that knowingness came a total acceptance and like, now I see that's a perfectly reasonable thing. As a matter of fact, turn it up a little bit for you. You're all help. Mm-hmm. Their purpose for whatever was going on was to set their frequency and vibration and state of experience to where they wanted it, where they selected it.
Yeah.
And that helped helped the process. Mm-hmm. So then I did connect with the fish, and they said connect with the fishermen. Mm. And so I went up and sat down, and the radio said, "Holy moly, I never seen so many fish over here." And I listened again. Compass Rose is just banging. So
you went to Compass Road?
I knew instantly. The fish sent me a message through the guys on the radio, as clear as you could ask them to, and told them where I was. So yeah, I pulled up my outlines and pointed the boat that way. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours to get there. Full throttle. Just go that way and enjoy the weather, enjoy the flat sea, do whatever you want. We got to the spot, all the way to the spot, not like almost all the way, like just get all the way there. Put all the lines out, every hook have fish again. For the whole rest of the day until the night, we had the best day fishing we ever had, and that was the last day of the season. And it was pretty spectacular. It was also the last time I went fishing like that. Which is a strange thing, too. Like I accomplished my mission or something. Yes. I don't know. Yes. But I haven't been out again, and that's been quite a few years. Yeah. Anyway.
Expansion of awareness.
The expansion of awareness, the awareness combined with
your true nature correctly perceived, because you're not just your singular self. You're your environment, your procreation, and
the reasons,
all the things.
All of the things are you.
Your true nature.
Right. Yeah. So that was quite interesting.
Yeah. That's a pretty cool story.
It was pretty cool to experience. I made a little video with the music and the lights doing their encodements. Yeah. I can share that. If anybody's on Talk With Me Now or Walk With Me Now, I'll share that video.
Okay. All right. If you perceive your true nature correctly, you're expanded your awareness to include your newfound perception.
Yes.
There is an exercise that I like to use when talking about the difference between perception and awareness. The exercise is a simple question. I'm going to ask you, Larry. Are you aware of the Antarctic?
Aware of the Antarctic?
Yeah.
I joined the Coast Guard so that I could go to the Antarctic on a polar star icebreaker. And the guy took a test. I did really, really good. He said, I can guarantee you can go to Antarctica on the icebreaker. I said, yes, I'll join. And I joined just so I could go to Antarctica.
And are you aware?
He lied. Am I aware? Yeah, I'm aware of Antarctica.
Okay. Are you able to perceive the Antarctic?
No! Because they lied to me. They never let me get on that stupid icebreaker.
So you never were able to perceive it?
Remember, we were even going on a cruise ship down that way.
We were?
Yeah.
We were going to go on a cruise ship down that way. We were going to go, and then it was all canceled.
Yes. It's like the universe conspiring to keep me out of Antarctica,
Yes.
to turn the whole world off so I couldn't go.
It was you, honey. It was because of that.
Yes, because I can't perceive Antarctica. If I were to perceive Antarctica, what then?
What would happen then, I wonder?
I wonder.
Okay. So you were aware of the Antarctic, but you're not able to perceive the Antarctic. Now you should be able to know the difference between awareness and perception.
Perception seems to be experiential,
Yes.
and awareness seems to be conceptual.
Yes. As enlightenment is our true nature correctly perceived, we can now see the noun difference between enlightenment and awareness.
Yes. I think so.
I think
Probably, I'm pretty sure our esteemed panel will be dissecting some of these statements.
That'd be great.
That would be great.
And also maybe have some experiences that we can share.
And share their journeys of expanding their awareness and perceiving their true nature.
Yes. Yes. One of the other questions that was asked there was a lot of questions asked in the enlightenment class.
Yeah.
And one of the ones that was interesting was another exploration, because we've done this a few times now, of what is source energy? Where are you from?
Yeah, where's your source?
So we're talking souls here, not physical body elementals, but soul-wise, where's your source? Where are you from? And we have some really fascinating answers, and I'm looking forward to hearing the panelists' answer of where their soul is from, or where's the origin of their soul. Because it's like, is it one source for everything? Is it two? Is it inside the universe? Is it outside the universe? And then what is the universal source? It's like, so, well, the short answer is there's many sources.
That's the short answer. Yeah.
That's the short answer. There's many sources.
I know it doesn't seem possible. I know. When I hear the word source, it's a singular. It's not sources.
Mm-hmm.
But it has become quite apparent that there are sources.
Mm-hmm. So where's your soul?
My sources. My source was
Your soul.
like my observation of what it looked like was through these eyes and language and perceptions. You'd think of a disco ball, all those mirrors on it, right? But it's not really the disco ball. It's the lights. Blue has the hue, but a billion blues and some pinks and some yellows and some oranges and some greens, but overall blue.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would be what it would look like if you were to say, oh, I see it. But its location would be outside this universe.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Yes.
Do you have an answer for that? How you would perceive your source?
My source? Well,
so remember, once upon a time, ages and ages ago, you described your incarnation as direct from source.
Right.
But I don't know if anybody ever, really got an answer to what that means, because I think we all understood it to be our source, right? Whatever source you are.
Yeah. A lot of people understand that it's whatever source they are.
Yeah.
Right. And they're not wrong, because when I say I incarnated directly from source, would be from my place of origin, which is also reflected in everybody's location of origin. Or I don't know even to call it a location, really. But what fascinated me about that was that a lot of individuals will describe their source as depending on their what they came here to experience. So when I saw the journey of that viewpoint of singularity into this body, I saw it coming from something larger and then coming into oneness, and then coming into many dimensions, and then going into linear time, and then physicality, and then all these things, right? Physicality first, and then linear time. So these are all concepts and creations. And then eventually, after a collective consciousness or many collective consciousnesses, then those became separated and I veered and traveled through different ones until it became smaller and smaller and smaller collectives and eventually became a singular person. It could also be described from the perspective of subtleness and solidity of matter. Like, is something existing in the material world and how subtle that existence is and how solid it is. And it also could be expressed or explained within regards to levels of awareness. Okay? Levels of awareness and correct perceptions of self. And it could also be explained at levels of frequency. And it could also be explained in different dimensions. And often when I explain about levels of awareness or frequency, people say, oh, dimensions, yeah. So what dimension are you from? Is it the 7th dimension, the 5th dimension, the 9th dimension, 10th dimension? And of course, then you have to take into consideration that school of thought. Okay, so you studied dimensions, right? You were talking about dimensions at one point.
Yeah, we had like creating 5D, but the reason I was talking about dimensions is because I listened to a bunch of channels. Okay. And they said that we need to create a crystal body, get into a Merkaba, and travel to the 5th dimension. Then it'll be fine. On 2012.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be so invalidating about that stuff.
Honey.
What? Sorry, I apologize.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I did not actually manage to do the crystal body.
Oh no.
And I neither was I able to create a Merkaba that I could fly in. And on 2012, things went popcorn in a bag.
Yes.
Your advice, which I found very, very boring.
Yes.
To just sit and eat some popcorn.
Yeah.
Instead, I went to a channeled meditation with a bunch of...
For the end of the world meditation?
Yeah. We had food in case. And channeling.
Okay.
We didn't experience the end of anything besides, it's time to go home, guys. I guess
the end of the night.
Nothing's happening here special, remarkable. Maybe the date thing, maybe because the calendar's been like 20,000 years or something. Maybe it's off by a day or a week.
Yeah, we'll wait till that.
We'll just stay,
Yeah.
in a state of heightened. We won't call it awareness. We'll call it tension.
Okay.
In case, the end of the world happens next week. It could be like off by a week or something.
Going back to dimensions.
Dimensions, yes.
So some people would say, yeah, there's 270 dimensions. And other people would say there's 10 dimensions. There's only 9 dimensions.
9, I think.
9, yeah.
Some say there's infinite.
Yeah, infinite dimensions.
The physicists have a number.
Yeah. So I would gauge what dimensions, what they meant. So say, okay, describe to me the 4th dimension, the 5th dimension.
3rd dimension is the one
describe to me the 9th one.
In 4th dimension is
one.
On the way to 5th.
What does that
4th is like halfway
mean?
What you think happens, and 5th all the way what you think happens. In 4th it's like slower, and in 3rd it's like really sluggish. So the higher the dimension, the more quick reality responds to your thoughts. That's why you have to be careful with your thoughts, because you can't be in a 5D and then think the wrong thing, because you'll just delete yourself. Trust me.
Okay.
You don't want to risk it.
Okay.
Make sure you have your thoughts in order before you make the 5th D. That's why we have 4th, so we can make it in between.
Okay. So I would get that definition, and then I would scan it to see, okay, where did I pass through?
So where did you pass through in my description?
I didn't even go through those ones.
You missed them?
I skipped them.
You skipped them?
Yeah.
Oh, for crying out loud. So, I mean, not everybody knows all the things about these dimensions.
And another way I would describe was like, which one is the one that, the last one you can conceptualize?
Dimension?
Yeah. Which one is it? If you hear all the...
Well, 3, because when they go to 4,
the last one can you conceptualize?
3.
But you already described to me the 4th and 5th, so you can conceptualize them.
But I don't know if that is true because that's just a concept that was shared with me.
Conceptualize is connected, honey.
I liked that description and definition, and it gave me a good why to try to cleanse my thoughts.
What about the 6th dimension?
No idea. I don't even have a... Not. I mean, 5 was...
concept of it at all?
I've heard of 6th dimension, 9th dimension Lyrans.
Yeah.
There's a concept of 9th dimension Lyran.
What are those?
Those are a species of an extraterrestrial.
Okay.
Who exist as a 9th dimensional being.
Okay.
Which they down so that they can pass their higher dimensional awarenesses into our 3rd dimension to help us ascend into a higher dimension.
Oh, okay.
By being exposed to the information which gets filtered in, right? You know. So my 9th answer would be much, much more refined.
Okay. So the one that you can conceptualize there, the
9th, that's it. As high as it goes now.
Okay. So you're from there. That your point of awareness starts conceptualizing singularity from that one. So you could say that's your origin.
Oh, yes.
See? You like that one.
Ultra refined awareness of a 9th dimensional Lyran, which looks a little bit like a lion, which, you know.
You go.
I got a little bit of whisker here.
Yeah.
If I let my mane grow.
Yeah.
Totally. You would see it.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go.
What?
The point of source. You can look at exploring in all sorts of different ways. Let's go back to the article.
Okay, well, sure. I did enjoy exploring those topics. I do want to mention something that, you know, everything has its place and its time in your journey of expansion of your awareness, in your journey of enlightenment. Both of these things are parallel things that happen. Oftentimes those who are looking for a enlightenment experience will spend a lot of their time expanding their awareness about things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And all of those things serve the purpose in one way or another of keeping you on your path. For me, all of those stories and experiences were really novel, right? It was so like I can barely believe that this is a thing. This is so unexpected that it's like I have to explore it. If this is true, holy crap, that's so awesome. If it ain't true, well, how many stories have I read? 10,000? I'm not gonna. One more story if it's fine.
It's fine.
We can explore this story. I can't tell you today if there's actually a 9th dimensional Lyran, although I have seen pictures. But I can't say for sure because I never actually sat and talked with one.
Okay. Are you sure?
Well, I can't be sure that I haven't. I can only be sure that I don't recall it.
Okay.
Okay. But I'm not saying they don't exist.
If you enjoyed this simple example of wisdom seekers working together, and I know I did, I would like to extend an invitation to join a further in-depth look at this topic on our second hour of drivingtotherest.com. You will have access to the full library, past and future episodes of it, and also a ticket to the Friday morning after party.
Friday morning after party is something you don't want to miss. I gotta tell you.
Where you can join the panel in further exploring this topic as it relates to your personal wisdom seeking.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and they have Patreon, they have this and that and the other, and they Q&As now and then, like once a month or whatever. This is like a completely different experience.
Yeah.
It's not like question and answer, although there are questions and there are answers. It's like a group, a gathering of wisdom seekers.
Yes.
Some of them have wisdom that they've been keeping for a long time and just waiting to like share it. And other ones, they just like listening.
Yeah.
And other ones, they just love to talk.
Yes.
And we all get together Friday morning for an hour and we just jabberjaw, usually about the topic of the podcast.
Uh-huh.
But as often as not, it goes off down these other paths. But at the end of it, I always, sometimes in the morning, I'm like, do I really want to blah, blah, blah? You get your early morning grumbles or
Uh-huh.
evening or whatever it is for
Uh-huh.
you. By the end of that conversation, I'm always the same.
Super happy.
Smiling ear to ear, super
Yeah.
happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I really like that. It's that easy to join a group of high frequency wisdom seekers.
Oh.
Yeah. And you're invited.
And that starts happening now. Ready?
Wait. When we snap our fingers, it's
Uh-huh.
going to go into a preview of the second hour.
Yes.
When I say preview, it's just the second hour and the start of it. It's going to go about 5 minutes or so. You're going to learn who's on our panel now.
Yes.
And we're going to start our conversation.
And when it's over, you make sure you subscribe so you can hear the rest.
Yep. Go to drivingtheres.com.
Hello, and welcome to the second half of Driving to the Res. Hi, Larry and Inelia.
Hi, guys.
And here we are talking about enlightenment and awareness. What are they? I'm Ashley Swale. I'm CEO of iBenz Academy, iBenz Method Mentor, corporate HR leader, mystic, and yoga teacher.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Kara Kinzigli. I am a teacher, mentor, consultant, entrepreneur, mystic, and gamer.
Hi, I'm Fred Guerin, aerospace engineer, dancer, pilot, past life regression therapist, healer, and student of the occult.
Wow.
Hi, I am Ileana Rojero, mystic, mentor, psychic meditation teacher, architect, and founder of El Método iBenz, the official channel of Inelia's work in Spanish.
Nice.
Nice. So Larry and Inelia, the first half, we were looking at Larry's origin, soul origin of the ninth dimension lion. Did I get that right?
Liren.
Liren. Excuse me. I heard lion. Liren. I don't know what a liren is, but good for you.
They're lions. Lion aliens.
Got
Not
it.
lying aliens. Lion aliens.
Lion Lyrians, yes?
Lyrians.
So we thought it'd be fun to look at where all of our soul origins come from as a panel. And so I'm happy to kick us off. When I was feeling into this, it's kind of interesting. I just get this like visual of bright light, and I can't even perceive it because, physical body filters. But the feeling I get is that my origin came from outside this universe. So not so much dimensions as in just like literal whole other multiverse universe type of thing. So that's been my experience.
I mean, my experience, it's, when I give over the anxiety of giving myself permission to make up where I might be from, what pops into my head is like not in this universe, like outside this universe. So that's a soul origin. Now, weren't we also talking about our origin in this universe? Is that another thing we were talking about? I think. And then what came up with that was Pleiades or something like that. But
Yeah, when we were in the enlightenment class and Inelia asked this question, I think the original question was, where's your soul from? And so when I looked at that, I think because it was where, it really was attached to, excuse me, it was attached to the physical universe. And so when I looked, I saw Pleiades, where then I was like, well, I know my soul didn't originate from there. And then I looked beyond that and beyond this universe. It is like very nebulous. It's hard to see and it's kind of colorful, maybe some blues, some blacks, some other things, but I can't really articulate exactly what I'm seeing.
Yeah, when I think we previously, even in another enlightenment class, we look at like, okay, where are you from? And the first thing that I saw in that class was like a blue cloud. And it was like very distinctive, shades of different colors. And when I look at this time, like where it comes from or where is the location, it was completely like outside of this universe and not like a specific location. It's like somewhere, but I couldn't, like, is this, or is a planet, is a dimension, is it's just somewhere. Very interesting.
And following on Fred's point, what would be your point of origin into this universe? Can you detect that one, Ileana?
Join us for the rest of this conversation at driveintotheres.com.
And when you go to driveintotheres.com and you join in the rest of the show, rest of the second hour, you also get to join in the after party. 9 o'clock on Fridays, we all get together, including you.